I'm Jack Downton and I run the influence business. We help people raise their level of influence so they can sell themselves, their ideas and their services more effectively. Now today's tip is around another aspect of networking, and one that a lot of us find very uncomfortable. And that is, how do I get away from someone? How do I escape? Now you'd think it was easy, just make your excuses and go. But for some reason, many of us find it really difficult. The first thing to appreciate is that the other person probably feels just like you and is madly thinking of how they can get away. And remember, if it's a networking function or reception of some sort, your object is to circulate and meet people. So the ability to escape is essential for a successful evening. Now, if you're in a group, it's relatively easy to make your excuses and go, or even just sidle off. The problem comes particularly when you're talking to one other person. Now, something that may well solve the problem for you is if another person comes up and joins you. Then you can leave when the other two are talking. So, to encourage this, stand in a way that welcomes a joiner, sort of semi-sideways onto each other, not square on, as this is the most obvious body language to discourage anyone from joining. So let's now assume that you're with one other person and you want to move on, and it's not time for you to leave the event. What do? At this stage, most of us have been guilty of fudging it in some way because we feel uncomfortable and don't want to hurt the other person's feelings. Honesty is the only policy, as anything else is likely to catch you out, and then any trust you've built up is destroyed. And by the way, never assume that the other person doesn't matter. They could be husband of, or wife of, or assistant to, or friend of. And a bad word in the ear of someone important to you will do you no good at all. So let's make this as hard as it gets and assume the other person is in full flow and you can't break in. Here's what to do. Look them in the eye, use their name, and at the same time touch them lightly and briefly on the arm between the elbow and wrist. And that's considered a safe area. Then say that you've enjoyed speaking to them and that you must move on. You might ask if there's anyone you can introduce them to, and you might also ask for their card. You then move on. So, for example, Peter, it's been really good talking to you. I must move on. There are a couple of people I want to catch up with. May I have your card? You now exchange cards if you want to. Now, before I go, is there anyone else I could introduce you to? Now, it's really important, don't promise to come back to them or contact them later if you have no intention of doing so. And the result of doing it all well is that you feel okay and the other person feels okay, and you're now about to make more contacts. If you found this useful, why not subscribe now? If you'd like to see more of our business tips, each one supported by a specially commissioned cartoon, have a look at our website.